Damn, we were doing games of the week.
We were, and
We
we
were,
derailed it
we
for
were.
Eagles
Yeah,
hate.
So
you're up, Tybo.
I wasn't on the show to pick one, and I had the hurricane and shit going on, so I just retroactively decided to choose a game of the week. And maybe not one that fans would expect here, but I chose Colts Titans. And I picked it for very specific reasons. I think I mentioned earlier in the show when I'm talking about quarterback play, I think the defensive play is up across the league. And these are two, let's say, I mean, the Titans are pretty bad, and the Colts are like one of the better below average teams in the NFL. Like this is mid to low grade teams in the NFL, and I feel like they put on a decent show. But this game illustrates two of the things that I think are happening in the NFL right now. Like I said, just a little bit ago, the power run game is back. Most of the big plays in this game came from running backs. Tony Pollard, Trey Sermon, and then uh, I am blanking on the running backs on the Colts right now because Jonathan Taylor's out. But
Well, you
the
had Trey
backups.
Sermon, who was the starter.
Oh, Trey Sermon was on the Colts. Damn, man, I might find myself for that. But neither of you guys are saying anything. Joe Flacco on the Colts looks like he's having fun. He looks comfortable in the pocket. He's slinging that thing.
Go Flacco.
Early on in the game, they were doing well on third down. They had some troubles later on in the game, and it wasn't quite. You might be able to label this as a fourth quarter comeback, but it wasn't late enough in the game. I don't think the Colts just did enough in the fourth quarter to not give the Titans time to score at the end. So
I'm very upset at myself that I have traded Josh Downs to you, Tybo, in our dynasty league.
and
Uh,
he's just been on my bench
he's
too
just
because
been on
I
your
have
bench.
I
No
have
way,
such
you
great
didn't
he's
start
players.
him.
he's
Oh,
he's
buddy.
got well he's got so many good players
I
is the
do.
Oh,
thing, and the thing is like I believed in him so much, but he took that injury last year. I needed some other pieces. It was a good piece trade. Like it
I've
ended up being a
taken
good trade on both
in this
sides.
in this league. I've taken Baker Mayfield, Debo Samuel, and Josh Downs from this man.
ah.
You took Baker because I cut him, but we did trade CJ. You
You didn't
did get
really cut him. You It was in the trade.
You're
was
not
it a
even an
trade? I don't
Oklahoma
remember
fan.
that.
You cut Baker Mayfield from your
No,
fantasy team?
I traded him. That's he just
That
said I
makes it
traded him.
worse. You traded an Oklahoman.
I have Patrick Mahomes.
Whatever. Uh,
But no, no.
But anyways,
Josh Downs is turning into a fantastic receiver. One of the
yeah.
reasons why
They have a
I
really
did
good
trade him
receiving
away,
core because honestly, even their rookie is fantastic.
Adonai
When
Mitchell, who's
Michael
getting
Pittman
no
had a
play,
touchdown in this game. Like they've got some fun pieces. They're just not great.
and
Like Joe
and
Flacco
that's
really only has like a certain ceiling in the NFL
yeah.
right now. Like,
And that's one of the reasons
oh,
why I
right now.
traded you Josh Downs and why he's playing well right now is he's a different type of receiver. Anthony Richardson, when he comes back, will not be utilizing Josh Downs very much. It'll be Michael Pittman Jr. and it'll be
Pierce.
Adonai Mitchell. Pierce will be there as well, but Josh Downs is going to take that lesser role. As of right now, Josh Downs just suits the style of play that Joe Flacco plays with, and so eventually he'll most likely be a trade piece for the Colts. But that's what Joe Flacco can do. Make you still win without Jonathan Taylor, without utilizing a rookie who's was touted as being one of the better guys that's out there, and he's still going to win you games, and he's doing exactly what he needs to do. The Colts have a very solid team. That defense is actually pretty strong. I'd like to see that defense be a little bit better.
Yeah.
But
listen,
overall,
they
they're
went
doing
up
fine.
against they were going up against Will Levis and company in this
Yeah, I
game.
don't know.
They
I
had to
think
they had to score a touchdown in the fourth quarter to win this game.
uh-huh.
Outside looking in, it doesn't look like a great game, but like the defenses on both sides played well enough to like kind of stifle the other offense.
hmm
Uh,
That's what I was going to bring up, Tybo, when you were kind of doing the intro on the game is like I don't know if the Cowboys did or the Cowboys, the Colts did enough. Like it was what doing enough was just blanking the Titans in the fourth quarter. Like you want to
right.
win football games, a good way to do that is hold a team scoreless in the fourth quarter. But I mean, to your points as well, though, I do think that 17 points for the Titans is around par for the course this year as a defense, giving up 17 points to the Titans. I think that's around about how much they've scored every game, right? Somewhere between 10 and 17 points, I feel like.
I want to ask this because a lot of people are start. I think there's a few people that are starting to see it, but everybody's still kind of hating on Will Levis here. Do you guys really think Will Levis is that bad, or do you think he is a product of the situation that he is in?
I
I
don't think
think it's
Will
a little
Levis
bit
is
of both.
great. Like it's
Because
not.
we watched the games that he played in last season, and he actually looked pretty good, right?
He looked competent
He
at
looked like a
times,
competent
yes.
quarter, and now he looks completely incompetent. His footwork is poor. He's not going through his progressions. The same thing was said about Malik Willis. The Malik Willis goes, and in 1 week, in 2 weeks, he goes 2-0 as the Packers backup. And we also get the reports from Matt LaFleur that he was working with Will Levis personally outside of their actual practice time, working on his footwork, working on read progressions and things of that nature to get him where they needed him to because he wasn't even at the NFL level, which makes me think that Will Levis we saw last year was just playing based off of what he was able to bring with him through college. Whereas now he's had the offseason, he's able to get coaching and learn the playbook that the Titans staff wants him to play with. And I think we've got a big problem with whatever's going on in Tennessee from a staff standpoint and a
Yes.
coaching standpoint,
Yes.
more so than we have a Will Levis issue. Because I don't think, and maybe he is a bad quarterback, but he is not being helped in the way that a quarterback needs to be. With two, we've now seen it 2 times, two quarterbacks from the same exact system. I, I don't think it's a Will Levis problem.
Well, see, I think it's a different system. I think with Vrabel was still the coach when he was playing, correct? Yeah, last
Yep,
year at that
yeah,
point.
that's correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think he trusted Mike Vrabel's offense, or just the offense that Mike Vrabel wanted to run, and whatever was being taught to him. New
Also had
coach,
Derrick Henry.
new that's true too, but new coach, new regime, he might not trust. I think Willis possibly helped him trust that offense and helped him not only use what he had in college, but also just kind of like helped him ease into trusting the offense. He probably just doesn't believe in what he is doing is right. And like I've said it a lot, but trust. It's all about knowing that and believing and hoping and praying that that line or that linebacker is going to crash down from what you did and what your play action, and that lane's going to open up or something like that, and he's probably just not believing because he doesn't like the coaching staff. He doesn't believe in what they are trying to do as a team, and it's just fucking him up. It's got to be that, because I don't
Well,
think he's awful. He hasn't had like enough of a chance to for us to be like he's sucks, he's never going to be good in this league. That's not a fair thing to say.
so when he came in last season, he to me he looked like a guy that had nothing to lose. Like he was chucking the ball downfield. He was making some dynamic decisions, and so far, once he knows he's the starting quarterback and has something to lose, I don't like. I think he's second guessing himself because I don't think some of the mistakes and decisions that he's made throughout the seasons are like coaching problems or at the fault of the coaches. Like he's just made some bonehead fucking plays and literally handed a couple of games to the other team. So he's got there's room for growth for to say the least. I just I don't like what I've seen from him because like he had a couple of good games last season, but also like had some bad games, like made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is on
I
a
think it's
generational
fair
run
to
of
say
maybe.
like I think it's fair to say that like no one has liked what we've seen from him, but I don't think he's had a fair shot at it either, really.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't think that staff in
Titans are also
Tennessee
yeah
is.
making questionable decisions with the roster. Like I
Hmm.
it's not a great situation, but I feel like a good talent sort of transcends that. Like I don't think stick
Did
them
they
on San
fire Mike Vrabel or did he quit?
stick
They fired him.
stick them
I
on
don't
San
think they should have done
Francisco.
that.
No, that was a dumb move. Very bad
And
move.
Kyle Shanahan can probably get something out of Will Levis, but like I
Who
He couldn't
knows?
get
Who
anything out
knows?
of Trey Lance.
Man, who knows though? Maybe if they don't fire Trey Lance, oh man, that was such a deep dig. It
Uh,
took a second for me, and I was like, ah, shit, man, that is a deep cut right there. for most Niners fans. Not me
The
though.
fact that they
It's
have
funny.
the roster that they have after how much they gave up for Trey Lance is wild to me.
Yeah, they're all old now though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're aging.
Minus Ayuk and Debo, of course, but yeah.
Mhm.